Yo guys, what's up? The TheHxHackingCrew is here with another video for you today. I've gone a little bit off topic today, but I've seen something really useful, and it's the Android operating system for Windows. It's just a config file with the a CMD command prompt with all the loaded, executable files to straight into the UI of Android, and you can make this you can turn this into kind of an anonymity project kind of sort of thing, because if you run sumrando, which is a free VPN, and say if you was doing anything off topic, you don't need a VM to run this or anything, but you're doing anything not like, you don't want to be noticed as a Windows machine or a Linux machine or a Mac machine or anything like that, and you go run it through sumrando at the same time through your own internet connection, and by configuring sumrando you change your IP. I'm just using the anonymous version of this, where it's just the anonymous login. Just type my IP in quickly, and it is Stockholm, Sweden, and let that do its solution bullshit. But if you actually look, this is crashed. Yeah, the browser has crashed, but it does work. If you go to my IP dot whatever, shows your IP address, and basically if it doesn't crash, I can show you what it does. So yeah, okay, just let that do its thing. You can knock that off quickly, and yeah, it shows it as Stockholm, Sweden, so that basically means that you're now anonymous online on Android. This isn't its beta form still, but it works pretty well. I'm not saying it's amazingly amazing, but if we just go to, I don't know, YouTube, and we go to, it'll come up as CA, so you know that that's basically in Sweden. If we go to the desktop version, it will come up as SE, meaning that it's in Sweden, because SE is just the initials. So it works with sumrando VPN without having to install in Android. If you've got it on your Windows machine and you've got your sumrando configured to that basically means this is going to happen to me sometimes, because I've got an error on my system. I've got something else running. It's not actually this, it's something that's crashing Android out. But if you just exit that off quickly, so yeah, that's all I thought I'd show you guys today. It's just a very quick thing, nothing too spectacularly amazing, but good enough. It shows all like the usual stuff. I think you can, if I go to our channel, if it's configured yet, I don't think I've configured it, but if I type in let's type in a random Daft Punk, I'm not actually going to play it with the sound on. In fact, I'm not going to type in Daft Punk, I'm just going to type in anonymous, let's just say anonymous tune or whatever. I'm sure I won't get copyrighted for this, but if I just quickly play it, it actually, in fact, I think it might play, I'm not quite sure, but we're gonna play. I don't think it's gonna play. But yeah, it loads YouTube good. I mean, you can see all like the normal, comments as it would be as if, yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I mean, it works to a degree. I mean, you can go on Facebook, got no problem searching in Facebook. You can go login, sign me up, and you can sign up as you was in Sweden. And it's, oh, okay, fair enough. Maybe because I'm using the VPN, but if I type in, I don't know, let's just put in my fake account at gmail.com. Yeah, it's in an American keyboard format as well, but if I do that at gmail.com, and the password, which is not going to tell you, ends in a 5, but I don't know if you're going to know that. But anyway, if you click login, makes it easier. You click cancel, and I think it's going to divert me straight to my normal Outbreaks account, and look, it does that pretty well. That's the anonymous page, not the anonymous page, the TheHx's Hacker Forum or page on Facebook, and it loads pretty well. Got all the pictures there. Yeah, it's a bit unstable, but you'll get used to it after the time. You don't have to run some random. I don't think it's going to crash out with some random one, but by the looks of that, that's pretty sturdy. You've got all your usual standard apps, and to scroll up, you just hold right and just move your mouse up and down, or if you're on a laptop, your little touchpad. Other than that, this is a pretty decent surface to play with, and if you want to stay anonymous, just doing some random stuff, and you want to see if you can mess around a bit with things on here, so yeah, I'll leave the download link in the description as usual. I'm not quite sure if it works on Linux, but I think it works on Mac and Windows, so definitely go check it out. Message me if it does work on Linux, of course, I'd love to know. But other than that, I think that's as much as I'm going to show you for this little session, or whatever. It's nothing really to do with hacking, but I suppose you could use it to your advantage if you wanted to, if you use some random or another VPN service, what configs with the internet. With it, like it needs to be one where it installs its own little driver, and it runs off its own VPN client, and then it should work. Anything like that, NVPN or whatever, paid services, it just works. I think that's it. I'll see you guys all later and in a bit.